Hey guys, and welcome back to G's Autos. Thank you so much for tuning in. Alright, this is part 3 of the AC system refurb. So in this episode I've actually moved on to the heater box and ripped into this one and stripped it down, rebuilt it, and redid all the foams and rubber and seals and everything like that. So look, the results are really good. I'm absolutely wrapped with how it's all going. So guys, take a look at the video. Let me know what you think. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. And there's still, I think, 1 or 2 more videos to go on the whole process. So keep an eye out on those. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Alright, guys, here's the heater core. So what I'm going to start doing now is tearing this apart. So I'll start with removing these lever mechanisms, and there's a couple of Phillips head bolts and a lot of metal clips. So we'll separate this and take a look and see what's inside. Okay guys, I've stripped apart this heater core and box, and as you can see, pretty much all the foam and rubber needs to be replaced. It's all fairly manky. Fairly disgusting, and this is the backup spare unit I have. I'm going to be using this one. I could just swap out the heater core, but this one seems to be in good condition. The other one's going to be just the same. All the foam and rubber is going to be absolutely disgusting. So I'm going to strip it all out, clean it up, and we'll take a look then. Alright guys, here we have it. It's all been pulled apart. It's all in its individual pieces now, and as you can see, look, it is just disgusting. So I'm going to go through now, give it a good clean up, hit it with a lot of just normal dishwashing detergent and a couple of brushes, get in there and clean it all out. So next time you see it, all this will be looking a lot cleaner. Alright guys, this is where we're up to now. Everything has been cleaned. So all these little doors, all the old foam's been taken off and they're being cleaned. A couple of pieces of foam there and all the rubber and everything I will be replacing. All the individual little pieces inside. The housings came up really good. A little bit of dirt in some of the corners. I'll give a final clean over shortly. Couple of pieces of foam to replace on the outside of the housing, but pretty simple to do. So it's come up really good, and I'll re-grease all these little levers and so forth. So the only thing I haven't cleaned up at the moment is the actual heater core itself. I'll do that shortly. I'm just going to get all the foam and rubber put back onto these little flaps here, and then start piecing it all together. Once that's done, I'll flush, clean the heater core, and put fresh foam and rubber around that one. Alright, let's start piecing this one together. And here are the finished flaps for inside the heater box. And I think they've come up really good. Now that it's a neoprene foam rubber type material I've used there. So it's actually come up really good. Replace the little bits on the back there. This one's got the AC filter foam. That one's been done both sides. And this one here has just been done on the one side. So what I'm going to do now is put all these pieces together, and we should have a full heater box, bar the core, which I am going to flush out. Okay guys, here is the heater core. So what I'm going to go and do now is just remove all this old foam that's been that's surrounded the unit over the years, and gently clean all that off so as not to damage anything, because this heater core looks like it's in pretty good condition. I am also going to give it a flush as well. So clean it, flush it, and then put all new foam around the outside edges. So let's get into that now, guys. Alright, so I have flushed the heater core. I've cleaned off all the old foam off the outside. It's come up pretty good. Now, I did fill it up, and I left it sitting outside for a couple of hours, and those levels have not dropped. It has remained the same, so I'm pretty happy with that. So at the moment, I'll take that as it is a sealed unit and there are no leaks. So what I need to do now, I'm going to tip all the water out. I will dry it off in the sun, and then once that's done, I will then start putting all the new foam on, and that should come up pretty good. Alright, so let's move on to that now. Okay, here are the results from doing the heater core flush. So I just put, this bucket basically held 10 litres. I put a paint filter just in front of it as I was tipping it out. So that's what I caught there. And this is what's in the bottom of the bucket. Just bear with me for a sec. So basically all that rubbish ends up in your radiator, the heater core, just a build-up of rusty grit over the years. So let's see if I can give you a better look. Just bear with me, guys. Just like a paste, just fine rust, which just turns into a cloggy paste. And that's the crap that gets into your radiator, your heater core, as I said. And this is the stuff that needs flushing out every now and then. Alright guys, that's it for that bit. Now I'm going to get on to fixing up that heater core by putting new foam on it. Okay, I thought I'd give the heater core another flush, and I got even more garbage out of that unit. Look at that. So I think that'll do it for now. It's outside drying, and then I'll put that foam and everything on. I just wanted to do one more, just to be sure. And yeah, look, obviously the first time it's dislodged and loosened a lot of the rust, and then the second flush has gotten rid of that. So that's a really good result. So moving on. This is how we finished up with the heater core. So I didn't end up using any of the neoprene material. I just stuck with the air conditioning filter foam, and it's turned out pretty good. So basically just acts as padding around the edges, so when it sits inside the slot to hold it, it's just not bouncing around and making noises as you go. So I'm very happy with it. There's a couple little bits there I'll probably just add a little bit more adhesive to, just so it stays stuck down. So I'm really happy with the result. Took a little bit of time just trimming up and cutting and everything, but overall I think it's come up really, really good, and it'll sit in the slot nicely. A little bit more glue in there, but yeah, nothing major, easy fix. Alright, so I'll probably just fix up those little bits now, and I'm going to start piecing this back together. And here we have the finished product. So before I run you over the heater box, I'll just show you what I've done on the fan motor box. So I've finished it off by running foam around that outside lip, and I've also done that to that edge there. So that's come up really good, really happy with that. And it finished up pretty good, I think, really happy with it. And here is the heater box. So I've got all that sitting in there nicely. I've put new foam around those outside edges. That's a bit scruffy, but you don't see it. It covers the edges. I know it looks messy at the moment. I've put new fresh grease in that channel. I just need to clean up the excess. That's no biggie. And I'll just run a little bit of white grease through that one there. And look, it turned out pretty good. Let's get you a better angle. And I also ran foam. Let's see if I can spin this over without creating chaos. And that foam around that outside lip. So look, really happy with how everything turned out. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to grab the actual AC unit, clean that down, and I'll put the foam sections around that one as well, and then I'll give you a look at that. And here we have the completed AC unit. So I've gone through and replaced all of these foam strips. They've come up really good. And I've done the other side as well. So everything looks really good now. It's all been wiped down. So that's the three main units done. So now with this strip foam, I bought 2 linear meters of that, and that's what I'm left with. So that was just enough to get the job done. Now the next job I need to do is I need to take all of the vents and the ducts and clean them out and see if there's any foam strips in there that need replacing. And once that's done, the whole AC system can go back in the car. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for the next one, which is all the vents and ducts, and then piecing all this back together in the car. Thanks guys, see ya.